Hi, I'm Haley. Welcome back. This is my show where I talk about how we can understand ourselves more so that life doesn't have to be so hard. When I was a teenager, I thought psychology was so boring. I didn't even know that it could be easier. It wasn't until I started changing my mind that I started understanding what freedom was. So we've talked a lot about how our minds work, why we do the things we do, how these patterns are formed when we're young. And today, I thought it would be really helpful if we actually talked about how do we put this into practice in the real world. So I decided to film myself when I was having a really bad day so that we can actually watch and walk through these steps together. So I woke up one morning feeling really off and down and overwhelmed, and I had no motivation, and I was exhausted, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I was about to move from Australia to North America, and I'd been living in Australia for 6 years, and I love it there. And I was leaving a lot of the things that I really care about, and it was really tough. So I started filming myself when I was in this really low state. When I think about moving, usually I feel a bit sad, of course, but overall there's like this excitement and, I'm going to see my family and that's going to be amazing. But then I just get so overwhelmed. I'm leaving my cats, I'm leaving my boyfriend, I'm leaving my motorcycle. I know that sounds stupid, but I'm really attached. Leaving my friends, I'm leaving my clients. I'm leaving everything. I always seem to have this pattern where I'm always leaving. So I started to notice this pattern that I have of leaving things. Leaving people, leaving relationships, leaving friendships, leaving jobs, leaving communities, building something up and then just bolting. And that's a pattern that I learned when I was young as a way of coping. So remember, when my house was being bombed, I just cut off my feelings. So now I have this thing where when things are getting intense or overwhelming, I just cut and run. And I was seeing that, and so that was so confronting. I was really struggling to be nice to myself in that. I just kept thinking really awful things about myself. What are you doing? Why do you always have to leave? What's wrong with you? Why can't you just stay in one place like normal people? Why are you abandoning this beautiful life that you have? Why can't you just figure your life out? Are you ever going to grow up? Are you ever just going to be stable? But then something really interesting happened, because as I was starting to notice it and say it out loud, it's like my mind slowly started to gain perspective. When I'm saying it, I kind of feel like I sound pretty ridiculous. Like lying in my bed, filming myself, blethering about how I'm not making the right choices and I'm doing the wrong thing. What am I worried about? I feel something. That's what's going on here. I feel sad because I'm leaving and it's really hard. I'm really sounding like this little girl, this scared little girl that just thinks she's done the wrong thing. So we're going to get more into how to cope with feelings in later chapters. But for now, I want us to just notice that by seeing what our mental patterns are, by seeing what we're doing, that just lightens the whole situation. So then we can identify, what do we need in that moment? So what does a child need? A child needs cuddles and teddy bears and to be told that it's all okay. So once we can see that, we can give that to ourselves. We can decide, okay, I'm really acting like a child right now. Okay, I'm going to treat myself like I would a child who's really struggling. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of that little child in me that thinks she's done the wrong thing. And then once that part of us is calm, we can use the rest of our mind again, so we can actually start choosing different ways of seeing things and gaining some perspective. I'm making a difficult choice to the best of my ability with the knowledge that I have, and it's hard. And then with this new perspective, we can decide, okay, what's going to be helpful for me right now? What's something that will continue to help me move through this? And then when we're in a different headspace, we can reflect on the same situation again and have totally different ways of looking at it. I need to just let myself feel sad about leaving. And ironically, when I let myself feel how sad it is to leave here, that's what actually makes me appreciate it more and enjoy every minute of it. So when we can gain perspective, we can literally change our whole experience of what's happening. We don't want to think about it when we're upset. What we want to do is notice we're in a reaction, ask ourselves, what part of me is reacting right now? And what does that part of me need? And then we give that to ourselves. And once we're calm and that feeling has subsided a bit, then we come back to the situation and think about it again and go, okay, well, what can I do about this? What is really going on here? So that's the end of chapter 1, which is all about the mind. So next week, we're starting with chapter 2, which is all about power. And we kick off with an awesome interview from the fabulous Marnie Kennedy.
I remember feeling really alone and really helpless. Like I felt so out of control.
That's it. Thanks for watching.